Greetings, future gods and goddesses. Today we're talking all about semen retention. I am Uncle Makara. If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering whether you want to be doing this or you don't want to be doing this. I think there are good reasons to be able to do this. One of the primary reasons that I would say guys could venture into this realm is for awakening Kundalini, okay? That sexual energy that is not being wasted. It's almost like having extra character to get things done, okay? So it's almost a spark for your spiritual evolution, okay? Think about it like that. I think one of the primary purposes of this practice is self-control and restraint. Because if you have craving or very lustful thoughts all the time, it helps you to preserve, contain that, and transmute that into a higher energy, a higher frequency. You'll notice you're almost going up to the fourth density consciousness, okay? Where you feel connected to everything around you. You feel the bliss rising in the body, okay? And you'll feel yourself connecting to nature, right? Connecting, becoming a part of it. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as you start practicing, but this is very, very key and very, very empowering when you can tap into this understanding. Now, a lot of people, they have skewed intentions, you know, in terms of semen retention. Some people go with the no-fap community. I've been on semen retention in times where I've still had sex, you know what I mean? And I've noticed that those types of tantric orgasms are way more long-lasting, right? And it's creating almost this microcosmic orbit, they say, okay, in Taoism. So creates this charge, this effect. If you have your tongue at the top of your palate, you create a resonance with that microcosmic orbit. And if you take it off, okay, if you stop mewing, then it takes it away, okay? It closes the loop in a sense. So you want to keep the loop tapped in, okay? And when you're breathing, really feel the top of that palate, okay? Anyway, back to the topic at hand, okay? At hand, right? So if you're one of these guys who's very addicted to, you know, mainstream pornography and getting all of these, you know, imagery pop up in their minds. You know, a lot of us, we are living in a generation of instant gratification, right? And so we feel that, you know, let me just bust a nut. It will all be done, okay? It will all, you know, and your brain really thinks that you're having sex, right? Your brain actually is like, oh, he's satisfied, so we shouldn't bother with giving him extra productivity, extra energy, you know, more vitality, more attraction. We won't give him all that, okay? You'll notice that if you constantly ejaculate, you're going to get drained and tired, and you're going to feel sluggish, and you're going to feel your age, okay? In a sense. If you want that vitality as a man, especially if you're growing older, I'm about to, you know, step into my 30s. It's my birthday month. On the 26th is my birthday. I've got to maintain and preserve that prana, that chi that keeps running through my body. There's also something called the Taoist diet, and it's specified for your age as a man, okay? So definitely look that up. I would also suggest that you have a lot of transmutation practices, okay? Things like, you know, putting your body upside down so the, you know, the blood flows from the bottom chakras to the top chakra point, okay? Things like, you know, mula bandha, like clenching those intrinsic muscles and pulling it up. We have something in the adepts program for this, which is very powerful, called the jungle breath. By the way, if you want to join our adepts program, it's primalsutramysteryschool.com, okay? If you ever need accountability as well for this journey, and you feel like, man, I need someone to actually guide me in this, like I've tried it so many times myself, but I can't get myself to do it, you know, shoot me a message. Let's add you to the group. Let's give you some accountability, okay? So you can get to feeling at your best again, okay? Really tapping into your flow. Now, I want to really bring up the point of shadow work and semen retention, because I think it's very, very key and very, very crucial for you to understand this, okay? When you are on this practice or process of holding and retaining your seed, you are going to get tested, okay? You are going to be putting your mind into almost like an experimental layer. Thoughts of anger, of lust, of depression, of anxiety, of all of these different things will start piling up again, okay? They'll start rushing up. Why? Because you have extra awareness. You're more tuned into what is really happening inside of you, okay? And this means you have to do work of emotional release, okay? When you feel that urgency, or you feel that feeling of, man, there's so much energy inside of me, you want to flush out that extra energy without ejaculating, right? So it's very, very key and very, very important. I've also understood that, man, in the past, I used to shame like these other guys that were maybe the popular kids, or maybe they were like, you know, getting the results that I wanted. I would always get jealous of them, or I would feel like, man, these fuckboys, you know, or these. But the thing about it is, those are the attractive men, right? And we might not like their methods or ways or whatever, but they're getting the results. And so we are actually distancing ourselves and cutting ourselves off from some kind of a power. Let's say a man who is very tapped into his yang energy. Let's say he's a 10 out of 10, okay, in looks and status and everything, okay? That man is not, you know, looking at that beautiful woman and going, oh, let me tease her, let me flirt with her, let me figure out all of these different ways to... He's almost like treating them platonically, in a sense. You get what I mean? Like, there's not that extra trying energy, right? There's not like this, oh, I need to set this up, I need to do it like this, and if she gets home on that time, then the logistical reason must be that I must, you know, sleep with her by this particular standpoint. Like, you're overcomplicated. Where these high-level men, they're tapped into their purpose, right? And so when you as a man are tapped into your purpose and you're practicing semen retention, it puts you almost like it's like taking a cheat code, right? Like NZT48 or something, right? It's almost like a cheat code towards your character upgrade. Whatever we resist will persist, remember, guys, okay? So at the time of semen retention, if all you're thinking about is, oh, I'm doing semen retention, you are going to not be able to complete it. You're going to relapse, okay? Why? Because you keep focusing on it. So you actually have to divert the mind, right? Use that sexual energy, sublimate it, right? As Napoleon Hill says, into something else, right? And this is why doing exercise, like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you want to be activating and doing different things. Like I said, it's like having a double consciousness at times. So you want to let that other character who's on this process do whatever they need to do, okay? I love to imagine that I'm wearing different hats as I'm doing different things. That helps me be more productive. I learned this from the deities of our path working called PRIMAL SUTRA. Now remember, I think Fabio, you were asking BBA this question about aggression, right, during this process of semen retention. And I really want to speak on this because I think a lot of the times when things upset you, like your testosterone is rising, right, you're getting that rage, right? You feel that rage, you feel that Mars energy, that Scorpio energy. I'm a Scorpio, you know, you feel that energy of like, it's like that hyper masculine energy, right? Now it's very, very key that you have processes to replace that anger energy with a righteous fury. Samba knows what I'm talking about. In our session, we were tapping into this concept quite a bit. Compassionate anger, okay? Whereas you are wrathful, just like the wrathful beings in Vajrayana, they're protectors, okay? So the rage that they're feeling is there to scare away the other bad energies or evil spirits. You get what I'm saying? So in the same way, you want to understand that, is this anger justified? Is it called for? Or is it a righteous anger, getting me to take some level of action with that? So this feeling of aggression that you might be feeling might be that added fuel that you need to do something or go out somewhere and seek something and go on a quest or do something with it, right? And so don't always feel that, oh, just because I'm feeling angry, this is a bad, negative emotion and I must remove it and resist it. I can actually transmute and utilize that. You know, in Buddhism, they say anger is one of those, you know, delusions in a sense, because it's basically from you not getting what you want that you become angry, right? It's someone crossing your boundaries, or, you know, crossing over your values. It comes from self-cherishing, right? Self-cherishing is the mother of all delusions in Buddhism, okay? So understand, if you cherish the self, if you're like, you know, I need it to work like this, I have to have it in this particular way. I mean, Byron Katie even said it herself, you know, who's actually a pioneer in shadow work. If you ever don't know about that process, she actually has a book called The Work, okay? Byron Katie said, if you do not accept reality, welcome to hell, right? I truly agree with that. Anger is equivalent in Buddhism to the angry hell realm. There's the hell realm, there's the hungry ghost realm, okay, which is associated more with craving. Maybe for this video, you're like, the craving is more like, I'm a hungry ghost with a tiny mouth, right? So I keep getting hungry. I try to feed myself, but I have such a small mouth, right? I'm never fulfilled or fully filled. It's anger, it's craving, and then finally it's ignorance, or, you know, dumbness. Like animals are not as intelligent as we are, you know, or not as conscious or aware, or does not have that same level of faith or spiritual expansion that we do. It's very, very important to understand this, right? And Buddhists believe that you can get reincarnated or have a rebirth in these three lower realms, right? Through what you have mainly in your mind. Now, what is the way out of this, they say in Buddhism, and I'm learning this also from this meditation retreat. I'm here at a meditation retreat that my father is hosting. So I'm really learning all of these different advancements, you could say, in my mental tech. The three jewels of Buddhism: Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, okay? So the Buddha, the awakened one, the Dharma, or the path, and the Sangha, which is the community. So seeking refuge and being a renunciate, okay? Seeking renunciation is all about the strong will and strong effort to abandon the root cause of all suffering, okay, on this planet. You become a Buddha for the benefit of all. You not only do it for you, you do it for the collective. And this is why people who are tapped into these teachings and this higher vibration, they can understand a lot of this, okay? They have a big heart. They're able to have access to their subtle mind, which is their heart, right? And holding virtuous objects at your heart, meditating on it, right? Meditation is very, very key during semen retention, guys. You are allowing your mind that is usually very scattered, right? Let's say that you're jerking off 5 times a day or whatever. You do not have that extra energy to complete that task. Let's say you're trying to, you know, finish a project by midnight, but you just keep getting these, you know, imageries and just distracting, lustful thoughts coming up, okay? My father said this today in the meditation, you know, and I think it's powerful for you guys to hear it. So let's say you're looking at a hot woman, right? You're like, oh my gosh, she's so hot, dude. Oh, have you seen her? She has the most delicate lips and this and that. But to a tiger, she's fast food, okay? So you understand, that's the self-cherishing, right? That is that, oh man, to your perception, right? She's hot. But to another sentient being, they're not experiencing the world like you are, okay? You have all your dogmas, your ideas, your conditioning around sex and women and porn and all the stuff you've been growing up around. You are actually Neo in the Matrix, guys. And you have to understand that Neo rearranged is one, O-N-E, okay? And so you are the one. You are the chosen one because you chose to be, okay? So don't get into semen retention just to get these superficial goals and, you know, save yourself some drama, okay? Dharma over drama, let's go. Don't do it just for the health benefits, and don't do it just for the, you know, the women attraction benefits. Do it for the spiritual evolution that you will be able to access once you begin this path working. But I think the superpowers really come from you gaining that self-awareness and the self-restraint, okay? Once you gain in your awareness, you'll be able to kind of hop dimensions and be able to, you know, perceive a different way that you connect with your reality, okay? So this is what I have to say around that. Man, this video probably went hella deep, huh? Someone was looking like, how can I stop jerking off, you know? They just click this video and then they get like a mindgasm or something, soulgasm happening. Anyway, thank you so much for tapping in. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. We're all gonna make it. I'll see you on the other side. Join all the Telegram group, everything, okay? Now, I can't do a channeling today, but I will be answering questions from people. So if you do have questions, let me know. Let's go. Oos. Speak soon.